The Burning Truth Behind a Seamstress's Grave, a heart-touching Islamic story. Dear friends, today we bring you a heart-wrenching and eye-opening true story that will shake your soul. It's about a pious girl named Aisha who used to make a living by sewing clothes. But after her death, she was subjected to a severe punishment, azab, in the grave. When people came to know the condition of her grave, everyone was terrified. How could such a righteous girl face such torment? On people's insistence, her mother revealed the hidden truth behind Aisha's life, and what was uncovered left everyone stunned. This story is a powerful lesson, especially for women and men who work in sewing and embroidery, because many unknowingly commit sins during their work that can lead to grave punishment. The story of Aisha. Aisha lived in a region of Pakistan with her mother. Her father had passed away. Her mother made sure Aisha received both Islamic and worldly education, including memorizing the Quran and learning tailoring, so they could make ends meet through her sewing. Aisha was a principled and hardworking girl. One day, two women came to her asking her to sew their outfits, but she refused firmly. They pleaded with her, saying she sewed so beautifully and they didn't want any other tailor to ruin their expensive clothes. Aisha replied, "The designs you are requesting, where the sleeves are short and the shower ends above the ankle, are immodest. I cannot sew such clothes." The women even offered to double the sewing fee, but Aisha remained firm in her decision and walked away. After they left, her mother gently scolded her, saying, "Why do you push away livelihood? It's just a small job." But Aisha responded, "Amma, I cannot support immodesty. I cannot help spread sin." And then she went to perform ablution for prayer. Her mother, despite her concern, respected her daughter's choices. Aisha continued sewing modest clothes and slowly collected her dowry. Later, she got married to a poor but respectful man, and she, her husband, and her mother all lived together. Tragedy strikes. Time passed. Aisha became pregnant. Her husband lost his job around the same time. With great difficulty, they kept the household running. Even in her difficult pregnancy, Aisha kept sewing clothes. Her husband helped by cooking and bringing tea to her while she worked. One day, as Aisha climbed the stairs, she suddenly slipped and fell from the top to the bottom. She was seriously injured, and despite rushing her to the hospital, she passed away on the way. Her husband and mother were devastated. She left behind a small baby girl who was still nursing. Everyone who knew Aisha mourned deeply. She was so kind, modest, and pious. The strange event in the grave. During her burial, her husband, Sorab, went down into the grave to lay her body to rest. In that moment, the keys to the factory he worked at accidentally fell out of his pocket into the grave. Later that night, the contractor called, demanding the keys immediately. Sorab realized they must have fallen into Aisha's grave. With no choice, he went to the graveyard alone at midnight. The graveyard was eerily silent and terrifying. When he reached the grave and began digging, the night guard, gravedigger, caught him, but after Sorab explained, the guard helped him. When they reopened the grave, what they saw horrified them both. Aisha's body was intact, but her lips were burning with fire, and she was screaming in pain. Only her lips were afflicted, her body was unharmed. The gravedigger quickly closed the grave, trembling, and said, "What kind of sin did she commit to face this punishment?" Sorab returned home devastated and told Aisha's mother everything. The search for the reason. Aisha's mother was in shock. They both prayed all night. In the morning, they went to the mosque and explained the entire incident to the Imam. The Imam asked if Aisha had ever gossiped, lied, or committed any sin with her tongue. The mother replied no. Then the Imam asked, did she ever keep someone's belongings or forget to return materials? Thread, lace, extra fabric. The mother said Aisha always returned extra fabric or asked permission before keeping anything. The Imam then asked again, think deeply. Was there anything she did regularly involving her mouth? After a moment of thought, Aisha's mother said, yes. She had a habit of cutting thread with her mouth. She would bite and tear thread with her teeth instead of using scissors. Sometimes she'd spit out the threads too. I warned her many times, but she never stopped. The Imam said, that could be the reason. When she passed away, maybe a small thread fiber remained in her mouth. If it belonged to someone else, it was an amanat, trust, that she died with. That one fiber may be the reason for her punishment. redemption, and forgiveness. Ayasha's mother gathered all the women Ayasha used to so close for and explained everything. They were shocked, but forgave her immediately. Some even said it wasn't a sin in their eyes, but acknowledged that to Allah, even the smallest Emot matters. That night, Sorab and the gravedigger reopened the grave one last time. To their relief, Ayasha's body was now glowing with fragrance. Her lips were healed. The punishment was gone. The keys were also found and retrieved. The lesson: when the villagers heard this, they were shocked at how even a small action, cutting thread with one's mouth, could become a source of punishment if it involved someone else's right or amanat. From that day, everyone in the village became extremely careful about returning even the smallest leftover item, especially tailors and seamstresses. This story is a warning and a lesson for anyone working in sewing and embroidery. Even a single fiber of thread can become a cause for torment if it belongs to someone else. Let us all be mindful of our deeds, however small they may seem. Moral: never betray trust. Return even the smallest thing that isn't yours. Allah sees everything, and even a thread can matter in the hereafter. The lesson: when the villagers heard this, they were shocked at how even a small action, cutting thread with one's mouth, could become a source of punishment if it involved someone else's right or amanat. From that day, everyone in the village became extremely careful about returning even the smallest leftover item, especially tailors and seamstresses. This story is a warning and a lesson for anyone working in sewing and embroidery. Even a single fiber of thread can become a cause for torment if it belongs to someone else. Let us all be mindful of our deeds, however small they may seem. Moral: never betray trust. Return even the smallest thing that isn't yours. Allah sees everything, and even a thread can matter in the hereafter.